Forecasting gold price using at-risk's time series. We will now forecast 24 monthly prices for the gold series, the first metal of the 4 commodities on our portfolio. A general rule of thumb on forecasting using time series analysis is to use as much as 10% of your historic data set in order to do future forecasts. For example, in this case, since we have a database of 254 months, then forecasting 24 months upfront is 9.4%, well under the 10% threshold. A practical reason for this rule is the fact that, if you were to use more than 10% of the dataset, the validity of the data quickly loses its predictive power, since the width of possible outcomes widens every time period in the future. For example, if we were to use at-risk's time series tool to predict gold prices 10 years upfront with this historic series, the 90% confidence interval would be any price from $874 to $9,524 with a mean of $3,721, assuming a starting price on December 2018 of $1,083. In other words, any price could happen 10 years upfront and the prediction becomes essentially meaningless. Another strong assumption implied on time series forecasting is the ability of past information to predict future forecasts. The principle is the following: use as much historic information available in order to forecast using time series analysis, as long as the underlying fundamentals of the quantities have not changed. For example, if you are attempting to forecast a certain currency exchange rate of a country, but you notice that on your historic time series, the country changed its monetary exchange rate system substantially, let us say from a dirty flotation system to a semi-controlled flotation system, you should only use the information starting at the point where the current fundamentals remain steady. 1. Place your cursor on cell C7 of the Model tab and select the whole range of monthly prices, from November 1994 to December 2018 on row 260. 2. Click on the Time Series Fit function on at-risk's ribbon. The following window appears. 3. In Data Transformation Options, select it to transform using a logarithmic function and then to trend by a first-order differencing. As stated before, these two are usual transformations when dealing with prices in relatively efficient markets, such as the global market on gold and other metals. By making these two transformations, we are now seeing the compounded geometric monthly return on gold prices, on the changed chart. This series has now become stationary. We know this because of the following reasons. A. The main chart line has become trendless, and its variations are somewhat symmetric. B. The ACF and PACF charts now show most of the bars within the bands delimited by the two lines. This is a demonstration that autocorrelation and partial autocorrelation has been reduced on the series by the effects produced by the transformations. In other words, this is a way to visually test stationarity present in the series. We will leave the remaining two settings on this tab intact. The starting point for forecasting will be the last value of the dataset, and the best fit selection will be performed with the AIC statistic, which is the default fitting statistical criterion that at-risk recommends. 4. Click on the next tab for Series to Fit. This is where you can select or deselect various time series methods to be fitted during the following process. It shows the same charts as before, along with a list of time series processes to which you can try fitting your data. These include ARMA, autoregressive, moving average, processes of first and second order, GBM, geometric Brownian motion, and its variations, which include GBM as simple geometric Brownian motion, BMMR as geometric Brownian motion with mean reversion, GBMJD, as geometric Brownian motion with jump diffusion, BMMRJD is geometric Brownian motion with mean reversion and jump diffusion, and ARCH, autoregressive conditional heteroscedasticity models, and its variations. Some of these processes might be disabled, depending on the context. You can check or uncheck as many candidate processes as you like. Unless you are knowledgeable of time series theory, our recommendation for the novice user is to leave all the processes as marked here. In any case, when fitting, the software will review all the models available and will recommend the best methods according to the AIC criterion by ranking them on the list. 5. Click on Fit, so that at-risk can start fitting the selected dataset to all of these available models.